Dogecoin was born out of the legendary Doge meme and cryptocurrency movement at a time when cryptocurrency was slowly picking up pace in 2013. It was built using existing open source code from Litecoin and other projects, with added tweaks. It's similar to Litecoin, except that it doesn't have a maximum supply. In fact, Dogecoin miners can earn 10,000 Doge per block, and blocks are created every minute. This means that each day, 14,400,000 new tokens flood into the wallets of miners or are sold into the market. Today on Crypto Lion, we'll be talking about whether or not Dogecoin is a smart investment in July of 2021. If you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications. We also have a completely free Discord group where we share daily signals with a community of like-minded traders and investors. You'll find a link for that in the video description. And now you can also support us on Patreon. We have several packages you can choose from according to your particular needs, and we have a special offer for our first 100 members, only $9.99 for our VIP Discord channels, where we share much more in-depth analysis and even one-on-one sessions. Be sure to check out the links in the video description and pinned comment. In a recent interview, Dogecoin's co-creator Billy Marcus said that the original intent was a parody of all the serious clone coins that were trying so hard to differentiate themselves, but all seemed to be the same. Dogecoin was just another clone coin, but instead of taking itself seriously, it was just Dogecoin. It's important to keep in mind that one of Bitcoin's primary features and purposes was to stop the inflation and decreasing purchasing power that occurs with the dollar and to create a new system where that doesn't happen. Much of Bitcoin's current value is derived from its scarcity and finite supply. In contrast, Dogecoin's supply is quite literally infinite. Decentralization is what gives Bitcoin its security. It's why it works so well as a currency governed by the collective of its users. The level of decentralization of a cryptocurrency can be partially evaluated by the count of nodes in its network, and according to the Block Explorer block share, Dogecoin only has 1,090 nodes. With such a low count of nodes, this makes it far more susceptible to a 51% attack. In comparison, Bitcoin has nearly 10,000 nodes distributed across 97 countries. If such an attack were to take place with Dogecoin, it would put holders at risk of losing all value. A major concern with Dogecoin is that very few wallets own the vast majority of its supply. This allows a small handful of individuals to have control over the price fluctuations, as they can greatly affect the liquidity in the market. Currently, 0.002% of Dogecoin wallets hold 2/3 of the coin's total supply. Relative to Dogecoin, Bitcoin's wallet sizes are very evenly distributed. According to a report from Glassnode, wallets holding 1 Bitcoin or less hold almost 5% of the total quantity of Bitcoin. Wallets with 10 to 50 Bitcoin hold nearly 9% of the total supply, and wallets with 500 to 1,000 Bitcoin hold 6.6% of the total supply. Dogecoin has weakened from the record highs above 73 cents registered on the 8th of May to below 17 cents, and the current price stands at around 20. Dogecoin could weaken even more in the upcoming days. The critical support level stands at 15 cents, and if the price breaks it, the next price target could be around 10 cents or even below. Dogecoin has 1-minute block intervals, making it faster than other blockchains, but there is still a level of uncertainty surrounding this project. Dogecoin has collapsed from its record highs registered in May 2021, and the risk of further declines is probably not over. A couple of weeks ago, crypto YouTuber Matt Wallace said that the Dogecoin update was coming soon, which will set Doge to become one of the most used currencies globally. Tesla CEO Elon Musk said once again that he remains optimistic about the future of Dogecoin, which could beat out Ethereum and Bitcoin after a protocol change. Bitcoin and Ethereum are pursuing a multi-layer transaction system, but the base layer transaction rate is slow and transaction cost is high. There is merit, in my opinion, to Doge maximizing base layer transaction rate and minimizing transaction cost, with exchanges acting as the de facto secondary layer, said Elon Musk. Dogecoin could advance again at levels that we saw in April 2021, but this will certainly not happen in the coming weeks or even months. Investors should also have in mind that if the price of Bitcoin falls again below the $30,000 support, that will negatively influence Dogecoin. With any investment, the most important factor to consider is whether or not it's likely to experience long-term growth. Long-term investments are more likely to bounce back after downturns and retain a competitive advantage in their industry. Cryptocurrencies in general are still highly speculative. In other words, nobody knows for sure whether they will still be around in a few years or decades. Dogecoin, however, is especially risky because it doesn't have as much utility as its competitors. In order for any cryptocurrency to become mainstream, it must have some type of real-world use. Bitcoin is the most popular type of cryptocurrency and is the type merchants are most willing to accept. That gives it a significant advantage because widespread adoption will be key to any cryptocurrency's success. Ethereum also has real-world utility through its blockchain technology. The Ethereum blockchain is not only host to its native token, Ether, but it's also the network used by non-fungible tokens, decentralized finance, and thousands of other applications. The Ethereum technology has the potential to revolutionize a variety of industries, and if it succeeds, its cryptocurrency, Ether, has a good chance of thriving as well. Dogecoin, on the other hand, has very little utility right now. The few merchants that do accept crypto are more likely to accept Bitcoin than Dogecoin, and Dogecoin doesn't have any major advantages over its competitors. But despite having very little real-world utility, Dogecoin's returns have still outpaced its competitors. However, those gains are largely artificial, and they likely won't last forever. Part of the reason why Dogecoin's price has soared is because it's been heavily promoted online. Celebrity billionaires like Elon Musk and Mark Cuban have promoted Dogecoin on social media, and retail investors have invested in droves. The more people who invest in an asset, the higher its price becomes. Dogecoin's run is similar to the GameStop saga earlier this year when investors pumped up the stock price only to dump it shortly after in an attempt to make a quick buck. With any investment, if the stock price doesn't align with the underlying fundamentals, that's a red flag. Dogecoin has little utility and no competitive advantage in the industry, yet its price has skyrocketed. That's a sign that this growth might not continue over the long run. The price of Dogecoin has already taken a turn for the worse over the past couple of weeks, and unless it develops a way to stay competitive, there's a good chance it won't survive over time. So no matter how inexpensive it is, it's still a dangerous investment. Although despite the fact that Dogecoin has shaky fundamentals, it has managed to build quite the fan club. And although it has substantially dropped in value over the past few weeks, along with many other cryptocurrencies, it's still up nearly 400% over the past 3 months. One of the reasons why the price of Dogecoin is still going up in spite of its inflating supply is attributed to a number of recent market conditions. The most obvious reason is due to stimulus and inflation. In February of 2020, there were $15.4 trillion in the economy. After the various stimulus packages, it has increased to nearly $20 trillion. Stock market prices, real estate, commodities, and more have all drastically increased with the influx of money. Another reason Dogecoin's surge has been bolstered is the growing use of finance apps like Robinhood by younger generations. Access to trading and investment has never been so high. Not only that, but nearly every single large retail brokerage platform reduced its commission fees and account minimums to 0 in 2019, making trading and investing open to anyone 18 and up with a phone. With such easy access for younger groups, a new culture has grown and emerged on Reddit and other forums, many of which are focused more on humor than they are on sound investment decisions. The Dogecoin subreddit has seemed to grow in parallel with the popular subreddit Wall Street Bets, which is known for its memes and risky trades. However, because Dogecoin now has so much name recognition, it could gradually gain wider acceptance, which may give it a real shot at staying competitive. It should be noted that this is a very conditional statement, and there's a chance that Dogecoin will not be able to keep up with its competitors over the long run. Before you invest, you should think about how much risk you're willing to take and if you're able to tolerate such risks. The answer to the question of whether or not to invest in Dogecoin is a personal one and is based on just how much speculative risk one is willing to take on. Currently, much of Dogecoin's rise seems to be solely off of speculation and humor. It's certainly provided for good comedy and has made people money, but the important question is still about how sustainable it is. In the end, an investment in Dogecoin is based mostly on conjecture, and that Dogecoin will continue to rise from social trends like meme stocks and Wall Street Bets, as well as Elon Musk's Twitter antics. There may be a chance that it could continue to grow as long as Bitcoin is in a bull market, but it's a risky chance to take. While Dogecoin could eventually go to the moon, it is still a high-risk investment. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. If you have any questions or suggestions, let us know, and be sure to check out some of our previous videos as well. As always, good luck and happy investing.